The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Go, Cubs, go. Indeed, what a weekend taking the series from the Dodgers. And yesterday, with that whole rain delay mess, I didn't know when they were going to finish that damn game, but they did. And the Cubs win 8-1 to take the series from the Dodgers. Wow.
Arguably the best team in baseball.
How about it?
Arguably the best team in baseball, and, 2 out of 3, not bad.
Not bad. It's pretty good. Case was there on Friday's game alone.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there isn't.
There's other people at the stadium, just none of them were with kids.
That would have been much better if he was the only one in the stadium. That would have been amazing.
Showed up for Dodgers Cubs.
I'm bringing back social distancing, and the distance is all of Wrigley Field.
Just because you showed up.
Yeah, baby. I got to say, the Cubs knocked the cover off the ball. Their lineup is intimidating, and I'm already thinking ahead to the Crosstown Classic later this year when the White Sox play them. There's not a lot of easy outs in that lineup. Like, Dansby Swanson is destroying right now.
God, I love him. I love him, and really, really cool. Yesterday, he wore his wife's jersey to the game, which was awesome.
That's so
I don't know
cool.
if you saw that. Mallory, who is for the Chicago
Red Stars.
Red
That's not
Stars.
Fire. Fire is the male one.
Yep.
Yes,
What is
Red
it?
Stars.
The Red Stars.
Red Stars. Thank you.
Yes.
I was going to say Fire. It's the male one.
Yeah, the male
We love
one.
it. Mallory. The male one.
She could be playing on there, but
Because she's amazing, not because she's like manly. She's gorgeous.
oh, I know. No, she's.
I want to
incredible.
clarify what Brian said.
Yeah.
It's just because she like kicks ass.
Yeah, she kicks ass indeed. That's why I said Caitlin Clark should go to the NBA, but more on that in a second. Shota Imanaga, here's a stat for the Cubs, has tossed 10 straight scoreless innings to begin his career with 12 Ks and no walks. He is so damn fun. God, I mean, the Cubs got fun.
I thought you were going to say fine. I swear to God.
He's fine, too.
You're like, he is so damn fun.
He is so fine. But, man, I mean, the Cubs team became this really incredible, likable, fun group of guys.
I don't know what
They
happened.
always have been. What are you talking?
No, they're
The Cubs arguably. No. I'm going to argue this.
okay.
Oh, boy.
We don't always have the best team, but we arguably always have the most likable team. Forever, their nickname was the lovable losers.
I understand. I'm just saying.
It's always been very we're always having a good time. Even when we're losing.
There's sometimes when it gets so much losing, though, at some points in the last, decade or 2 decades or 3 decades, whatever, where you're kind of like, their personality isn't winning me over enough.
Right, but they've always had good personalities. I mean, when were they not likable? Give me a year.
Well,
2018, the last Rizzo Bryant Baez year, that was not a fun year. That was not a fun team.
I feel like
They're all cranky.
Well, and also because the
Rizzo
expectations.
was so kind of funny.
He was.
He had a few zingers, I'll admit.
He did. Wasn't that when he was, remember when he was chasing, oh God, what was the guy's name? Remember when he was chasing him?
No.
And he was like yelling out his name. What was he calling him? Oh my God.
That wasn't a pandemic season, was it you're talking about? Or was it 20 before that you're talking about?
Oh, was it the pandemic? I forget.
Was he
It a few
chasing
years
him
ago.
with COVID? Is that what was happening?
That was hilarious.
Was Anthony Rizzo doing that?
I don't know. Whatever. I'm trying to remember the name he yelled out. It was funny.
Well, this team is super likable, and they're winning and kicking ass and beating the best teams in baseball, which I like. Cubs are 6-3 in late baseball tonight at the Padres. Now, I'm not trying to do the dichotomy of both sides, Case, the producer, being the White Sox fan, but White Sox lost to the Royals 5-3. They're now 1-8. They're without Luis Robert. They're without Eloy Jimenez, the guys who are going to be part of the core of a new, where we're supposed to be. And some stats here for you. The White Sox to this point have scored 13 runs through 8 games. That's the fewest runs they've scored through 8 games since 1968. Wow. The silence is deafening.
Well, I don't want to be mean.
Well,
Some people get mad because you guys just favor the Cubs. And I'm like, that's not true.
Yeah, I think
it's not true.
Honestly, besides me and Kenzie, there's more Sox fans here in the building probably than Cubs fans, I think.
But it's also obviously the Sox have had some drama the last few years. I don't know what to say. If they were, if they were 8-1, I'd be like, look at the Sox go. This is great.
Yeah. I mean, the 05 year, I talked very highly about the White Sox. It's been a long run since then. Here's another one that's going to sound bad, but I got to put it out there. These are the teams. These are facts. As it stands right now, the White Sox own the league's worst batting average at 177, the fewest hits at 43, the fewest RBIs at 12, and the 6th fewest home runs at 7. They've had something. They're not last in home runs.
Hey.
Well, the good news is
What is?
there's a
What is
lot
it?
of
What is-
baseball.
Kenzie, what was the good news?
The good news is that in baseball you play like 47 games a week, so this could change drastically.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games left.
It's very play-by-play cliche there. Well, there's a lot of baseball left here. in
I'm
the
trying
season.
to be positive.
I know. That's fair. That's
For
good.
Case. I'm trying to do it for Case.
Yep.
The problem is that they've now lost their 2 best hitters.
Yeah.
These stats were with them in the lineup.
Oof.
Well, that's interesting.
By the way, Kenzie, Ren checked in. He was chasing Freddie Freeman. He kept yelling, Freddie!
Freddie, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, because the problem was I kept thinking of Jackie, but that was the Tim Anderson drama. And I'm like, it wasn't that.
No. Different kind of drama. Different
Yeah,
kind of
so
chasing.
I was like, what was he at? Freddie. That was so funny. Good times.
Kenzie, did you catch the Blackhawks game Saturday afternoon where there was animated? It was the most incredible thing I've ever seen in real time.
What do you mean?
So you could watch the Blackhawks Stars game on NBC Sports Channel. We talked about this at Sports last week. And then on NBC Sports Channel Plus, they had technology to live animate the game in real time, kind of like how the NFL did with Nickelodeon and the slime. But this was a Blackhawks game in real time changed to animation through AI technology.
So, okay, when they do this, is every player like an iconic character? Like, is Donald Duck like out there? Or do they actually animate like it's just the cartoon version of the player?
Cartoon version of the players.
Like Mickey Mouse is just crushing it?
No, not that kind of animation.
Oh, okay.
But
That's
they-
what I imagined.
But they did have all the city's mascots like in the stands doing like the Macarena.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Case got a boner. for sure.
It was outstanding. You can go back and rewatch it, but it was unbelievable, the technology. And they won the game. It was a tough game for them, too, for a team that's not doing that much winning lately.
Do like effects happen? Like if they get a goal, like do they put like
it was
like
a
an
whole-
explosion,
Yes.
like an animation
Kenzie,
thing?
they left no stone unturned. Everything you would want from this broadcast, they did.
Oh, I'm excited. Like
Yeah.
cartoon effect, like an anvil fall if somebody hits somebody.
The Acme Anvil Company landed on Connor Bedard. He's dead now.
Oh, don't say that.
No, it's terrible. No, I can't even describe how much was going on in the animation, Kenzie. You have to go rewatch the whole thing. It was one of the best things they've ever done.
You know what would be kind of funny, just to lighten it up, if they animated a Sox game. Because imagine the amount of like wah wah, like they could do all these things.
Oh, God. So the women's NCAAs was over the weekend. Incredible with the Final Four. Friday night, South Carolina took out Iowa. Caitlin Clark ends her college career, not getting the NCAA title. And South Carolina got the perfect season. Clark dropped 30. I loved watching it. And it was, I'm looking forward to tonight now with Purdue and UConn with the men. But the Final Four and leading up to the final game with the women was way more entertaining. It was unbelievable. And it's sad that Caitlin Clark didn't get the title there, but she should stay there and make $30 million in NIL money next year instead of going to the WNBA. She has one more year of eligibility. She should stay.
Yeah, but I feel like she can get that money from a shoe contract.
Maybe she will.
Imagine yourself walking down Michigan Avenue this summer with the Clark ones, Brian.
The Clark ones. I'll get them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're a girl dad. You have to.
I am.
Got to support the scene.
That's right.
Did you guys see the super awkward footage of Kelsey Plum on the sidelines over the weekend?
Of her eating the popcorn.
I had to turn my phone off. Like
Okay,
I hated
Brian,
it
do you know what
so
this is?
much.
Yeah, she was during. I don't remember what part of the game it was.
It was during a timeout, I think. But Kelsey Plum, who was at one point the best women's college basketball player ever before Caitlin Clark, she's now probably the biggest star the WNBA has. She decided to be a quirky white woman over the weekend, and when she was put on the Jumbotron, she ate popcorn in a weird way and decided that was going to be her thing. And the internet did not like it.
If she did it, like the problem is, you know when someone tells a joke 3 times in a row because they think that they just must not have heard it because since they're not laughing. She just did it like 5 times in a row. It's like no one thinks that it's getting more uncomfortable. Please stop.
Well, there was more social media hate probably with the women's tournament over the weekend on how people were covering it than I've ever seen in any sporting event. If Caitlin Clark got recognized, people said like, "Hey, South Carolina won," and if South Carolina got recognized, "Hey, Caitlin Clark changed the game." It was just back and forth of so much just hate, and not instead of just enjoying what they did, which was incredible. So you got Purdue, NC State tonight. 8:20? Doesn't start till 8:20?
That's a late night.
God, stupid. A little earlier would be nice. Finally, Ozzie Guillen, former White Sox manager, was talking about Lewis Roberts' injury and talking about he's too healthy. He's too healthy. He reminisces about the old days when the players did things like, well, this.
Like I always say, John Krug say, fat, never pull.
You can't pull fat.
Nope. I remember those guys go here drinking 2, 6, 7, 12 Budweiser, give me 3 hamburger and go get it, boys.
Didn't go on the injured list.
And they play all year long.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
All right, I made it very clear you have to have eye protection for the eclipse today. Kenzie thinks she can just look up at it through like her tinted windows.
Not through a window.
Through any
It's
window.
a whole barrier. I don't
can't.
get it.
It's not enough.
It's like I'm not gonna raw dog it. I'm not gonna go outside and look up. But like, you know.
No, you've got to get glasses. And there was a lot of places people said I bought them at Menards, bought them at Home Depot, bought them at 7-Eleven, bought them at Speedway.
I don't get it. I've been out and about, and I haven't seen these glasses anywhere.
Well,
I didn't see any advertisement for glasses at Home Depot.
I should have bought them last week because I want to look up today and see it. I don't know
Yeah,
if you
now
do.
I'm upset. Now I want to look up.
Yeah, now I got that FOMO. So
Yeah.
I heard that the libraries have them for free,
Oh.
depending on where you are, your library. So I texted Megan, my wife, and I said, why don't you go over to the library after you drop Harper off at daycare and grab a few glasses for us? She walked. It's a 3-mile kind of round trip thingy because, you know, where she did it.
What did you do?
She just told me they're not giving them out till noon.
Oh my God. They really wouldn't make an exception? They
there's
have
a-
to hold those off in the back? They couldn't hand her a pair?
Well, she said there's a line of people already waiting for the free glasses. And they're going to wait there for 2.5 hours. I think they only cost $1.99 at Menards. So I'm going to go, I guess.
Are you going to make her walk to Menards
Yeah,
next?
walk to Menards and get them, girl. Get over there and get them. After
They go on sale at noon. She's going to lose it, right?
Unbelievable. Oh, well. She said she got her steps in, so it's all good. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You're a great husband.
Really great. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Lauren taking you to the eclipse. It looks pretty good outside. Does it look good in Elgin, Kenzie?
Yeah, very sunny.
Yeah, it's very sunny all the way through. And they kept saying it's going to be cloudy. It's not going to happen. So we wish all our listeners well that actually made the trek to Indiana to go see the total eclipse. So today at 12:50, it starts here. 94%. That's all we get. 94% the partial eclipse for about an hour and a half. 2 hours maybe. 3:30, I think it finally ends.
I was blown away by the time frame because I imagined the whole thing being like 5 minutes. And so when I found out it was like, I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, I'm not going to look for that long.
Well, you got plenty of time. Yeah, just go look out a little bit there. Give you a nice little window.
Text me when it's, at 93%. I'll take a little peek.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Just a warning out there for people to go to the library to get the glasses. If your library, I just sent my wife over there. They didn't open till noon or not passing out the goggles till noon. The glasses, the free glasses.
You know what's funny when you're married is you find out that you're going to fight about things you didn't expect. Like now she's mad at you because she walked to a library. You know what I mean? You're never ready. You don't know what you're going to fight about.
I may not be going home anytime quick today. I might just hang out here. Takeaways from today's show. Kenzie, what do you got?
Sarah texted in and said the son is going to have performance anxiety.
We talked about it being some kind of like a Tinder date. The sun and the moon together today, and the sun always gets all the attention. But today, the moon blocking the sun gets the attention. The sun might be a little bit, upset about that.
Stealing his thunder, if you
Yeah.
will. Stealing
Maybe-
his sunshine.
Maybe the moon's just like those, girls got to eat thing. Just wants this date and then's going to ghost the sun afterward.
Well, it won't happen again for 2 decades, so it's kind of like a guaranteed ghost.
Pretty much. Finally, Dakota checked in. Takeaway. Kenzie doesn't know any blind people, but she saw one once.
I did.
Well, you miss a moment, miss a lot. Go to the podcast, the Q101 Brian and Kenzie new podcast, where it's sitting there waiting for you. Anywhere you get your podcasts, if it's Spotify, if it's Apple, whatever, go relive the show.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.